तो चलो अब इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल के क्वेश्चंस पे कॉन्फिडेंस हासिल करते हैं. कैलकुलेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल. एंड द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, वी हैव L लेंथ वायर, it is charged by q coulomb charge, and then we bend it in the form of semicircular ring, and we have to find potential of this ring at point P. So let me take a small element of charge, because for us the potential of the point charge is kq upon r. So we take the element of the charged ring so that we can consider it as a element charge, point charge. Due to this element, potential at point P will be K, charge of this element upon distance of this element from the point P, which will be dq, and the charge will be dq and the distance will be radius of the semicircular ring. Now this element's charge can be calculated using this linear charge density concept. It is charge per unit length. That is, if unit length is having charge lambda, then dx length will have charge lambda dx. So this element will produce potential at P this much. So all the elements will produce potential dV, and since potential is a scalar quantity, so we can add all the potentials, and adding means integration. So if you integrate dV, the k lambda upon r will come out of integration, and you are left with integration dx. Integration dx means sum of all the elements length, that is this length L. So if you write integral dx as the whole length of this semicircular ring, then length L into linear charge density lambda. Lambda L will be charge q of the ring, right? So we have kq by r. So actually we can write it directly. I just have shown you this whole process so that you know the mathematics behind it. But actually you can observe that all the elements are at the same distance from P. So all the elements will produce k dq upon r. Therefore the whole ring will produce k q upon r. Is it clear? Now take another case. The same length L wire, the same charge q, but this time I bend it in the form of an arc which is making angle alpha at the center P. Now the same logic. P is at equal distance from all the elements, and the total charge of this arc is q. So potential at point P directly k q by r. This is radius of the arc. Now come to the next one. This is whole ring, same length L of the wire, right? Same charge q, but this time the wire is bent in the form of a ring. So lambda is not different in all the three cases. Again same logic, the point P is at equal distance from all the elements. So potential at this point P will be kq by r directly. Wait. What our strategy is now? That similar situations, and we just go back to our previous topics and find if we can recall something just same as this one. And yes, electric field of these situations, these formula that we have to recall here, we have an opportunity, so let me recall it. In this similar situations, this is electric potential, but when we calculated electric field, we had taken the two elements symmetrically at two sides. Then we have drawn the electric field of the two elements. Then we resolved the electric field of the two elements, and we have seen that this component was cancelled by this component, and both the elements were contributing to the field with their radially outward component. So we come to the conclusion that all the elements will contribute to the electric field with their component which is coming radially out. So the whole ring is producing electric field in this direction. Now the direction you need to remember. And the formula 2k lambda by r. Keep them side by side and keep both the formula in the folder of your memory. And when we will be solving magnetic field of current carrying ring or the similar situation, we'll again come back to these two situations and we will knit all the similar informations together and then we will keep it in the folder, right? Now come to this case. Simple, same logic, two elements taken symmetrically on the two sides and all the logics, but just look at the field 2k lambda r by r and sine alpha by 2. Actually, instead of learning the specific cases, you learn the general formula, and alpha will change for semicircular 180 and alpha will change for the whole ring as 360, and we will have electric field in all the cases. So here just keep the two formula side by side, kq by r, and here 2k lambda by r sine alpha by 2. Although they don't resemble, but they are related with the same situation. And this is quite interesting. Potential of the ring at its center is kq by r, but field of the ring, half ring is producing field downward and the lower half of the ring is producing field in upward direction, radially outward, and the field value is same 2k lambda by r. So the field at the center of the ring, uniformly charged ring, is 0. So field is 0 but potential is not 0. So prepare your notes so scientifically, so planned that whenever you are going to revise it, the 3 hours work is being done in 30 minutes, right? Now let me come to the next problem, and that is field and potential at the axis of the ring. The point is at distance x from the ring, and we take the two elements, because we have taken the two elements, symmetrical elements in case of field, so we are taking here also the two elements, but actually all the elements in potential is a scalar quantity, so all the elements will produce here potential k dq. Let me write it. For one element, the potential at P will be k dq upon small r, and small r is this distance. And you can see that actually all the points are, see, this is the ring, this is the ring, and this is the axis of the ring, and all the points, all the elements are at equal distance from this point P. Just check it out. Now just check that all the points, all the elements are at equal distance from this point, whether it is the element here or it is the element at the bottom, the same distance. So this small r is actually constant. P is at same distance from all the elements. So similar logic, the element will have charge lambda and the length of the element dl, k dq upon r, and k lambda by r will be out of the integration. Integral dl means the length of this ring, and length of this ring will be 2 pi r. R is the radius and small r is distance of p from the element of the ring. Now lambda into 2 pi r, lambda into 2 pi r, just come to this point. Lambda is charge upon the periphery of the ring. This is the linear charge density. So lambda into 2 pi r will be the charge q. So kq by r is the potential. And here this was quite a lengthy derivation. We have done it. An electric field was not so simple expression. It was kq x upon r cube, right? So just compare them. This is quite simple formula. We are having the same formula for semicircular ring at the center, for arc, for whole ring, but on the axis also we are having the similar formula, except that this r is not radius here, as the previous three cases were having. But this is the formula. You have to remember that the variation of electric field with x is a complicated one. First the electric field increases, then decreases to 0 with x, and it is maximum at r upon root 2 distance, x equal to r upon root 2 distance. So we have recalled the electric field also. Now we are going to jump on a very, very important topic, that is relation between electric field and potential difference. Here is Mr. Q, who is having electric field around him, and a tiny charge q is placed at some distance. Now this tiny charge was brought from infinity to this point in the field of Mr. Q, and the work is being done. So the potential energy of the system, the work done, was stored in the form of potential energy of the system in the electric field of Mr. Q. This is the story of Mr. Q and his field. Now if U or electric field, just take it in the form of a story. Mr. Q, the tiny q, wants to change his position, and he moves from this position initial to final position, right? In this process he has to overcome the resistance, the repulsion of Mr. Q. So work will be done here. That work will change the potential energy of the system. When Q is at initial position, potential energy is something else. When it is at final position, potential energy is something else. So potential difference between these 2 points will be defined as change in potential energy per unit charge when this charge is shifted from initial to final position. This is how we defined the potential difference. But potential energy in turn is equal to work done plus work done. Change in potential energy is equal to work done plus work done when external agent is considered minus work done when electric field's work is considered. So this is the point where we are going to start. That potential difference between 2 points is equal to work done when a charge q is shifted from initial to final. Now we can take any of the two formula, but finally we are going to get the formula same. So shall we start? And every time whenever we calculate work done, I calculate it with both the formula, work done by the field and work done by the external agent, just to make it clear that it's not difficult, it is not confusing. So work done when Q naught is displaced. Actually, Q naught has to move from initial to final, but since force, electric force, depends upon distance, it varies at every moment. So we shift Q naught by a small displacement dr, and we find the work done for this small displacement dr. And that's work done by the field. Just check it out. Field of Q is repelling it. Displacement is opposite to field. So F dot dr will be F magnitude of dr cos 180. But the displacement dr is taken from initial towards final, while position of Q naught, any position of Q naught is considered from charge Q, the origin is here. So you can see the position R and the displacement dr are opposite to each other. Also, dr is difference in the two positions. The final position is this one and initial position is this one. If you take the difference, then final position minus initial position will be a negative quantity. So either you take the direction of the two vector quantities, or you simply take the difference. The displacement is such that dr is a negative quantity. Is it clear, beta? Now let me come to the definition of potential difference. Potential difference is equal to change in potential energy upon Q naught. But change in potential energy is minus work done by the field. And work done by the field is F dr cos 180, because they are opposite to each other. But then we found that dr is a negative quantity. So we placed dr as negative quantity. Negative of dr and minus 1 of cos 180, they cancel each other. So we are left with F dr with minus sign. And of course, the potential difference is potential energy per unit charge, so Q naught is in the denominator. Now, the force exerted by the field of Q on small q, that can be written as, do you remember, electric field is force per unit charge. Q is experiencing charge and field is of Mr. Q, the big boss. So, force is charge experienced, and charge is experienced by the small q into field of Mr. Big Boss. So, Q into E and dr. Now, Q naught is cancelled and you are left with a beautiful formula. Potential difference is equal to minus E dr. Is it clear, beta? And if you take the work done by external agent, the same will happen, the same result. Vf minus Vi will be potential energy difference upon Q naught, and potential energy difference will be plus work done by external agent. अब एक्सटर्नल एजेंट Q को इधर ले जाएगा, भाई एक्सटर्नल एजेंट तो Q पर इधर फोर्स लगाएगा ना, फील्ड के अपोजिट, फील्ड तो रिपेल कर रही थी और Q जा भी इसी डायरेक्शन में रहा है, तो ठीक है। dr और F के बीच में, F एक्सटर्नल के बीच में cos 0 हमने लिखा F dr cos 0, और वर्क डन एक्सटर्नल एजेंट का प्लस साइन के साथ रिप्लेस करता है चेंज इन पोटेंशियल एनर्जी को। लेकिन सेम लॉजिक, R dr is minus negative quantity here also, so this minus will remain unresolved and minus will come out. F dr cos 0 1 हो गया। Again with the same logic, F is Q naught which is experiencing force and E of charge capital Q. Q naught is gone and we are left with the same formula. Potential difference between initial and final is minus E dr, so we are ending at the same result. and this is going to be the great help in calculating potential difference if E is known and E if potential difference is known. So in the next class we are going to solve the problem. This is very important topic and we are going to command over this topic and we are going to rock with the numericals.